Hey guys, welcome to Callous Fight Morning. Jabba and I have just crawled out of bed, together in fact, and we are here to bring you this entertainment. So be appreciative. He is the challenger against our defending champion Gacu, and both of them, they are waiting on the green light, and both of them are starting out pretty standard with a Zapdos and a T-Tower lead respectively. Very normal stuff thus far. Turn 1 Ice Beam for Gaku. And now we've got a Blaziken for Jabba, switching in on HP Grass, so good pivoting for him to get that in very efficiently. T-Tower can't stay in when there's a possibility of a Sky Uppercut or something along those lines here. And by that I mean he does stay in. Just a Brick Break though, doesn't seem worth it. So Blaziken is now behind the sub, and does it not have a berry or lefties or a fighting? I don't know what's going on here. Does it not have Sky Uppercut or lefties or a berry? I'm very unclear here. Or maybe Jabba thought for sure there would be a switch this time. Didn't think that Gaku would stay in. I mean, clearly it's got to have a fighting attack, right? I mean, Blaziken in and of itself is such a niche, mediocre Pokemon. If you're gonna use it, does he really, truly just not have Sky Uppercut? I'm very confused as to what the Blaziken set is. I mean, it's Jabba, so it could be actual anything, but unclear on how that whole sequence just played out. I thought for sure that T-Tower would have died about 8 times to a Sky Uppercut. That simply never came. T-Tower is very low. T-Tower is at literally 1%, but Blaziken at 22, Zapdos at 32. Multiple things on Jabba's team have taken a bit of a beating. Here comes Blissey into a Psychic. Gaku so far has had a pretty standard team, it looks like, but that is subject to change at any moment. Jabba asked him before the game on a scale of 1 to 10, how Mimi is your team? He said 5. Thus far, he's got a pretty boring T-Tower Scarm Celebi. Looks as standard and non-Mimi as it comes. But like I said, subject to change at any moment. Freeze there is pretty bad for Gaku. He is never able to establish even one layer of spikes. He's instantly frozen on the way in. He never ever unthaws, or thaws rather, and yeah, that, as Jabba says in the comments here, that's one way to kill Scarm. Freeze it, never let it thaw, never let spikes go down. I don't even know if Jabba has a spinner. It certainly doesn't look like it at this time, so that was a pretty big freeze. Gaku's got to just have 5 standard Pokemon and then a last poke weird Pokemon, because otherwise, unless he was lying, this team doesn't even close to count as a meme. Gaku is going to get out-predicted here. He's going to go Focus Punch, hoping for a switch. Jabba stays in, goes for Seismic Toss, preventing the Focus Punch, and we're back to the next plan. Gaku with the balls, even though he just got disrupted, to Focus Punch again. It does happen this time, but it's not going to kill Zapdos despite it being low. The fighting resistance kicks in here. Zapdos at 9%, clinging on for dear life, but both Swampert and Celebi have to be careful, depending on what the hidden power is. Jabba instead opts to Baton Pass out, so what is his answer going to be to the Celebi here? And it's just going to be Bliss. So far, Celebi has shown only Psychic. We don't know if it can Calm Mind up on Bliss or pass any boost. We don't know if it has Leech Seed. It opts not to stay in here. You would think if it were a Leech Seed Celebi or a Calm Mind Celebi, in either of those instances, you would think it would have stayed. So I'm curious as to what the set would be to make it switch there. Earthquake and Seismic Toss get traded. Focus Punch trying to catch a Soft Boil. Jabba again not going to allow that. Straight Seismic Toss, and now Swampert's in some trouble for our defending champion Gaku. Focus Punch one more time. And second time it'll work on both occasions. It'll get the Zapdos. This time it'll kill the Zapdos. And finally Gaku's on the board. Blaziken and Swampert both low here, keeping in mind that T-Tower is at 1% for Gaku, so I feel that he's a little bit behind. Now, to be fair, the Blissey is low as well. There is a Blaze Range Fire Blast, but that is not going to kill Aerodactyl. It's going to do a lot, but the resistance comes in handy. 63%, a good chunk. Aerodactyl obviously faster here, but it's a double back to T-Tar. Gets that in on a Soul Rock. There we go. There's some Mimi stuff. Soul Rock in the house. I have no idea what speed tier it is. Apparently it is faster than T-Tar, but your guess was as good as mine. I had to hover here. Apparently it can be anywhere between 130 and 262 speed. As you would expect, rocks aren't all that fast, but in this instance it was faster than T-Tar. Jabba in the lead. So Celebi is the response here. I mean, if he maybe doesn't have Leech Seed and maybe doesn't have Calm Mind, I guess he probably has HP Grass, and he does in fact scare off Solrock with that possibility, but it's actually a double switch to Swampert. Swampert on Blissey, the mind games begin once again. Consistently, Jabba has interrupted the focus punches, and again he attempts to interrupt the focus punch. Seismic Toss is going to kill Swampert here, so it's obviously an offensive perk that does not have anywhere near max HP. He went for Earthquake, but he took 30% from what proved to be a lethal Seismic Toss. And Gacu getting kind of back against the wall here. 5-3, Jabba in the lead. Granted, Blissey's very low, but I don't know that Celebi can kill. Just kidding, I guess it can. Maybe this is an offensive Celebi. It could be a super Celebi that would explain the plays earlier in the game. Could easily be Calm Mind, Psychic, Giga Drain, HP Fire Celebi. There we go. That's what we're looking at. I think Jabba probably caught on to that as well. So now he simply needs to live the follow-up Giga Drain, not get a max roll, not get a crit. Giga Drain there, hefty damage, but not necessarily enough. Interesting there. A second Dragon Dance for Jabba I think would have won the game. Is Jabba trying to throw? I don't know what that was. Why didn't he DD a second time? And it actually becomes a speed tie after dance. Yeah, Jabba says right there he should have DD'd again. I think Jabba basically just threw the game. If he Dragon Dances a second time, I think he wins. He kills Celebi without a doubt. He outspeeds Celebi without a doubt. He kills Aerodactyl pending a Rock Slide miss. I think Jabba threw hard there. I think he had the game. And now I think it's over. Yeah, Jabba says the same thing. That's going to be a throw. Celebi here is just going to clean up now. It's going to outspeed and kill both the Swampert and the Blaziken. And just like that, it's done. We don't get to see the last poke for Gacu. If this was, in fact, a meme team at all, which it certainly doesn't look like, then we didn't get to see why it's a meme team with whatever it is in the back. But, yeah, that's rough. I hate casting games like this, but it's just... it's the way it goes live sometimes. Not every game is perfect. Maybe Jabba is a little crusty or a little bit sleepy or what have you, but that second Dragon Dance, it's just over. Jabba had this game in the bag and simply, for whatever reason, did not click the right move. He knew it very quickly afterwards. I mean, it's not as if he's still trying to figure it out. He knew right after he did it, shit, I should have danced again, and he absolutely should have, but... yeah, I mean, now he's kind of trying to talk his way out of it a little bit. I mean, all this stuff is fine and well, but yes, you should have DD'd again. No doubt about that. Well, they're chatting it up for the camera, but this game is all but over. Gacu is simply, unless he's out of them, nah, he's got some Giga Drains in the back. I guess there is a very unlikely theoretical possibility here where Swampert comes in, protects on a Giga Drain, and then predicts perfectly for 2 more protects, and/or wins a 50-50 and a 25-75 to run Gacu out of Giga Drains, and then, in theory, maybe the Swampert has a chance to win if the Celebi runs out of Giga Drains. I mean, it would have to be... It would have to be just perfect circumstances. The Giga Drains would all have to miss. Swampert would have to survive both Celebi and Aerodactyl, and the last poke would have to be something that just loses horrendously to Swampert. It would have to be last poke Lantern or something that just gets insta-EQ'd. None of that happens. Giga Drain happens. Jabba doesn't protect. And there is the ball game. Gacu is going to continue on as our champion. And the last poke is Boomgar for Gacu. That doesn't seem memey at all. That seems like a very standard, normal team. I believe Gacu saying it was a 5 out of 10 on the meme scale is a liar. Calling him that on the record. You hear me, Gacu. You are full of shit. Alrighty, but Gaku, despite being full of shit, is our champion. So we have to find out who he's going to fight against next week. Let's see here. See what our pool is looking like these days. Golden Sun, Genesis, Eden, Asta, Zomog, Zakaru, H-Clat. So we've got 24. Oh man, I'm way too tired to do math. Do we have to do this? Can I just pick one that I like? Can I just like eeny, meeny, miny, mo? I guess this is 33 when you add it up. 37, 40, 2, 3. 43, is that right? 24, 33, 37, 40, 42, 43. All right, 43. All right, you guys know the deal here. Going to set it up like this. 1 through 43, we're only going to draw it once, whatever it is. Click the number. Number 33 is going to be the guy, and that is that Eden? I believe that is Eden. Yes, it is Gaku against Eden next week for CALLOUS Fight Night. Look forward to that game. I will see you guys there.